President Vladimir Putin is from the country of Russia. He has been the president of the Russian Federation since 2000, with a brief hiatus from 2008 to 2012 when he served as prime minister. President Vladimir Putin was born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, now known as St. Petersburg, Russia. Vladimir Putin's father's name was Vladimir Spiridonovich Putin, and his mother's name was Maria Ivanovna Shelemova. His father was a factory foreman, and his mother was a factory worker. Both of his parents were factory workers and lived in communal apartments, which were common in the Soviet Union at that time. His father served in the Soviet Navy during World War II and was severely injured, while his mother survived the siege of Leningrad, one of the most devastating sieges in history. Vladimir Putin attended several schools during his childhood. He first attended primary school number 193 in Leningrad, and then he enrolled in secondary school number 281, also in Leningrad. After graduating from secondary school No. 281, Putin attended Leningrad State University, where he studied law and graduated in 1975. After completing his degree, Putin joined the KGB, the Soviet Union's security agency, and began his career in government service. President Vladimir Putin was married to Lyudmila Putina, née Shkrebneva. They were married in 1983 and had two daughters together, named Maria and Yekaterina. However, the couple announced their divorce in 2013, after 30 years of marriage. President Vladimir Putin has two daughters with his former wife, Lyudmila Putina. Their names are Maria Putina and Yekaterina Putina. Maria was born in 1985, and Yekaterina was born in 1986. They have largely remained out of the public eye, and little is known about their personal lives or careers. President Vladimir Putin has run for president of Russia multiple times, and he has been elected to that office 4 times. He first ran for president in 2000 and was elected, serving 2 terms from 2000 to 2008. Due to term limits, he was not eligible to run for a 3rd consecutive term, so he instead ran for and was elected as the Prime Minister of Russia in 2008. After serving as Prime Minister for 4 years, Putin ran for president again in 2012 and was elected to a 3rd term. He was then re-elected in 2018 for a 4th term, which is set to end in 2024. President Vladimir Putin has won 4 presidential elections in Russia. He first won the presidential election in 2000 with 53.4% of the vote, and was re-elected in 2004 with 71.3% of the vote. In 2012, he was again elected as the president with 63.6% of the vote, and in 2018, he won a 4th term as president with 76.7% of the vote. It is worth noting that Putin has faced some criticism over the fairness and transparency of these elections, with some opposition candidates and international observers alleging irregularities and voter suppression in certain instances. However, Putin has consistently denied any wrongdoing and maintained that the elections were free and fair. President Vladimir Putin has been a significant figure in Russian politics for over 2 decades, and his tenure has seen a number of accomplishments and developments in various areas. Here are some examples. Stabilizing the Russian economy. Putin's early years as president saw him work to stabilize the Russian economy, which had been in crisis during the 1990s. Under his leadership, the economy grew rapidly, and the government implemented a range of economic reforms. Improving infrastructure and public services. Putin's government has invested heavily in improving infrastructure and public services, including transportation, healthcare, and education. Russia has seen significant improvements in these areas over the past 2 decades. Increasing political stability. Putin's presidency has been marked by relative political stability in Russia. During his tenure, the government has managed to maintain a firm grip on power and prevent major upheavals or revolutions. Expanding Russia's global influence. Putin has worked to expand Russia's global influence, both through diplomatic efforts and military interventions. Russia's involvement in conflicts in Syria and Ukraine has been seen by some as a demonstration of its growing international power. Promoting traditional values and patriotism. Putin's government has placed an emphasis on promoting traditional values and a sense of patriotism among Russians. This has included initiatives to bolster national identity and pride in Russian culture, history, and achievements. It is worth noting that Putin's tenure has also been marked by controversies and criticisms, including allegations of human rights abuses, crackdowns on political dissent, and limitations on press freedom. As of my knowledge cutoff in September 2021, the population of Russia was estimated to be around 145 million people, making it one of the most populous countries in the world. However, it is worth noting that the population of Russia has been declining in recent years, largely due to a low birth rate and high mortality rates, especially among working-age males. This trend has raised concerns about the long-term sustainability of Russia's demographic and economic situation. Russia is the world's largest country in terms of land area, with a total area of approximately 17.1 million square kilometers, 6.6 million square miles. It spans over 11 time zones and covers almost 1/8 of the Earth's land surface. Russia is located in both Europe and Asia and shares borders with Norway, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Belarus, Ukraine, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China, and North Korea. The vast majority of Russia's land area is located in Asia, with only a relatively small portion situated in Europe. Russia has a mixed economy that is heavily dependent on natural resources, particularly oil and gas. According to the World Bank, in 2020 Russia's gross domestic product (GDP) was $1.47 trillion, making it the 11th largest economy in the world by nominal GDP. Russia is also the world's largest producer of crude oil and one of the top producers of natural gas. The Russian economy has undergone significant changes since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. In the 1990s, Russia experienced a period of economic turmoil and instability, characterized by high inflation, widespread poverty, and a sharp decline in GDP. Since then, the economy has stabilized and grown, albeit with occasional setbacks such as the global financial crisis of 2008-2009 and the COVID-19 pandemic. In recent years, the Russian government has implemented a number of policies aimed at diversifying the economy and reducing its dependence on natural resources. These policies include initiatives to develop new industries such as technology, agriculture, and manufacturing, as well as efforts to improve infrastructure and attract foreign investment. However, economic sanctions imposed by Western countries in response to Russia's actions in Ukraine have had a negative impact on the economy, and the country still faces challenges such as corruption, bureaucratic inefficiency, and an aging population. As of my knowledge cutoff in September 2021, Russia's nominal gross domestic product (GDP) was approximately $3.8 trillion, making it the 11th largest economy in the world. However, it is worth noting that Russia's economy has been impacted by a range of factors in recent years, including international sanctions, declining oil prices, and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, the country has faced economic challenges, including inflation and low growth rates, in recent years.